Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Ladies of Selling LA Luxury podcast, and I'm your host, Angel.
I'm your other host, Anne-Marie.
And today we're going to talk about growing a team and the severe growing pains that come along with it, because we surely got those growing pains down packed.
It's kind of like baby growing pains.
I wouldn't say it was like that bad. This is great. Obviously, I've done it 4 times in 4 years.
I've only done it twice, so I don't know. But mine were growing pains.
But let's jump right in. So there are 2 ways that you can build a team, like 2 dominant ways, I should say. You can...
Number 1.
You can staff up. So really build the foundation brick by brick. Make sure that it's going so smoothly and become staff heavy. So you're the agent and you have your admin, your operations, your TC, your marketing, your social media, everyone on staff, and then you recruit once that system is built.
And we talked about this in another episode of if you can use what your brokerage has, that's a great way to start that process. But
if you're building an empire like we are, that's not enough resources for you.
No. You need to get what we call the SOP, the standard operating procedures for everything.
Correct. Or you can recruit. So
Number two,
you can say, thanks for keeping me on track.
1, 2.
So you can say, hey, I have tons of listings or tons of business, but I can't do it all by myself, so I'm going to bring on a buyer's agent. So you start recruiting. Maybe you have an admin, maybe you don't. And you recruit other agents before you lay the foundation, or you lay the foundation simultaneously, or you could do it the way that we did it, which is a hot mess express. And it's not a part of any of the proven strategies that work successfully.
We're number 3, which we don't recommend.
Don't do what we did.
Don't do what we did.
So
what we started to do. Do what we're doing now.
yeah, correction. So we decided to hire a fresh admin that should have been operations management. We talked about this in another episode.
Yeah, she really should have been an agent.
No, but what we needed.
Yes.
We needed operations.
We hired admin.
Yeah. And at the same exact time in that process, we had the opportunity with a bunch of new agents that interviewed for that job.
New agents.
That fell on our lap. So they were inexperienced agents. Some agents that were interested and not committed.
That's a whole other episode.
No, we talk about it in the next bullet point. Stay tuned for a few more seconds. But so we decided not only were we going to take on a new employee, and we decided that we weren't going to make sure that we picked not the right employee, but the right role. But at the same time, we were going to take on 7 or 8 new agents.
I have an excuse. I don't know what your excuse is, but I've been doing this for 17 years. I ran, in my past life, the mortgage company. We had a real estate company. But you being newer in the industry, we just took it all on. Take it all on with no experience whatsoever.
Yeah, we were a figure it out while you go type of team.
That's how she is.
Yeah. Well, if an opportunity presents itself, I am not going to say no, so I do not regret doing that.
I'm the processor.
And I feel like being partners with her, if we would have waited till everything was perfect, we would have never had a team. So I don't regret it.
We're ready now.
But now we're ready. But we are the Hot Mess Express, so don't do what we did.
No.
Either bring on an agent.
Do 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Get your operations together. Get your back, all the back end stuff together, and then bring on your agents, or bring your agents and then figure that out. But don't do everything at the same time.
Yeah, we went from no team, new partners in the business, our first employee together, brand new.
Yeah.
And all brand new agents, and we were a massive team overnight.
Yeah.
Sounds like a recipe for disaster, because it was. That's what happened.
It was a disaster.
It was some disasters.
It was a category 2.
What category does it go up to?
5.
Okay, maybe 3. I'd say it was a 3.
Okay.
So that was the first one.
So the other thing that we did was we're starting this new team, but we also had you having baby
number 3.
Just given baby number 3.
Literally at the same time.
Yeah, we started in Angel's garage.
And I should say, it's not just baby number 3. All of my kids were under 3 at that time.
Yes. And we were also new investors, but
across the country.
That's what I was going to say. It wasn't here in LA where we could drive and be like, hey, tenant, give us the money, or, let's figure out the plumbing issue. It was all the way in Ohio.
So we had no good team over there.
No good team in Ohio.
Family planning, that wasn't really planned. I mean, we don't tend to plan over on this side of town.
No. And then we have the new team.
So don't bite off more than you can chew.
Do not.
It is so important because our team suffered because I had to take so much time away from being a part of them and their growth because I was flying out like every, 30 to 60 days to go check on our investments and to figure out that at the same time.
And also,
do I regret it?
No.
Would I have done it again? 1,000%.
Yeah.
But if you can try to set yourself up for success and have something in place to protect yourself from a disaster, I would do that when an opportunity comes.
Yeah, I think we definitely learned a lot from the out-of-state investments, the family planning or lack thereof. We couldn't really do anything about, but
we're still not doing anything about it.
Oh God, that's a whole other episode. We're not even gonna go into that right now. But yeah,
we like to make babies. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, back to the real estate. So I'm just as good at making babies as I am selling real estate. It tells you I'm great. This is my 4th baby in 4 years.
Do you see what I have to do? Don't bite off more than you can chew. That's the moral of lesson number 2, I think, in this episode is we were go. We were totally spread thin. We wouldn't have changed a thing, but looking back now, we could have made better decisions and not spread ourselves out so thin because while she was away, I was taking care of business here. And you guys, if you're listening to our podcast, know about, kind of all the other issues that we were the hot mess express sometimes. So,
That's number 2.
Don't spread yourself thin. Number 2.
And then we have number 3, which I think is so important.
You say that, but you literally say that. I'm going to go rewind this and see how many times you say so important.
Okay. It's all important though. Is there something wrong?
No, but you're like, it's so important. Everything is so important.
Well, because everything that we're saying causes the disaster. So, to me, it's it's critical.
From our blueprint.
It's our secret. I'm glad you know our tagline. Our secrets.
Your blueprint.
Really, it should say our mistakes.
Your blueprint.
But number 3.
Opportunities. They weren't mistakes. They were opportunities that we didn't grab. Sorry. Number 3.
Number 3. Let's stay on track. So number 3 is know your team's motivation, their why. Does it fit your vision, your long-term goals, and your company culture? And if it doesn't, see them out the door. So don't just take on anyone. Are they interested versus committed? Or do you have a team where it's okay to be interested versus committed? Because we did at the beginning because we were figuring it out. But now, absolutely not.
I think that's so, that is my soapbox that I will stand on 24/7 is interested versus committed. Because
please tell us more about it because I know I hear about it all the time.
When you're interested in something, you're not fully in, right? It's I'll get around to making those phone calls. Yeah, I'll eventually try to sit in open house. Yeah.
It's like that person that you're dating that you say that you don't have time for. So I'll get to you when I do. It's because they're not committed to you.
Right.
They're just interested.
We've had
when it's convenient.
We've had a lot of talk lately about being a second thought. When you're
the afterthought.
Yeah, an afterthought or second thought. Yeah. It's when nothing else is around, then I'll do real estate. Yeah. That's when you're interested. You'll like a Facebook post or you'll follow somebody.
But or you'll sit in open house every once in a while.
Yeah. But when you're committed, you're all in. Let's do this. I'm I love my Tom Ferry. I love my David Goggins. I love my, I should have been in the military. I know you were in the military. That's probably
I don't wish that trauma upon anybody, but go ahead.
I don't know about the trauma, but I love the discipline. I think that's what it is for me. It's David Goggins, Tom Ferry, just do it, just do it, just do it. F your mood, just do it.
And if you have a team and you're okay just because maybe your philosophy is just numbers game, we're going to bring in everyone we can so we can make a little bit of money off them, which makes a lot of money in our pockets. cool. Then this isn't for you.
And there's
But for
there's a lot of companies out there that are like that.
Yeah, especially now that we have these virtual brokerages.
Yeah.
But for us, at the beginning, we took on everyone because we weren't really sure we knew the basics of now the solidified culture, long-term vision, goals, mission, like what our values, our integrity is, and what type of agents and team members we want into our team. And if you're not bought into our culture, we're not for you.
No.
And I don't care.
And that's the great thing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we talk a lot, I don't know, last season, this season, about like we're both moms, you know, like you bring your babies everywhere, my babies are, you know,
You still take your babies everywhere.
I wish I could take my babies everywhere. But like we're not for everybody, and that's okay. You know?
So find someone that fits. But when you're growing a team, expect the severe pains. Be very transparent with your team members about where you're at. The one thing I can say that I have no regrets about is we've never portrayed we are something we weren't. So when we were in the phases of being a Hot Mess Express, we were very honest. We are going to have a lot of lessons to figure out. This is where we're at. Do you want to ride with us or you don't? Or as you probably heard on Lucine's episode, we encouraged her, you know, once we figured out which direction we were going, we were very solidified with who we are and what we're doing, to go and explore outside to see if we fit what she needs.
Yeah.
So there's going to be pains. No one is perfect. Although you can definitely take some of our tips and avoid some of our lessons, or sign up for some Tom Ferry coaching, rip off and duplicate. There are people that put together blueprints of this stuff. You don't have to be hard-headed learners like we were and figure it out by yourself, because there are blueprints, right?
Yeah.
So, but just expect it's not going to be easy. It's going to be vulnerable. It's going to be a lot of growing pains, and that's a part of the journey, and it's cool.
Yeah.
And that's all.
That's
So
it.
make sure you comment, like, subscribe, DM.
You can call. I'm old school. Call me.
Call her.
Call me.
DM me. We could FaceTime maybe. And then until next time, beautiful humans, namaste.
Namaste.